Look at your plate right now. If you ate today, I can tell you with 90% certainty that at least one of the 5 foods I'm about to reveal passed through your mouth. And if you're over 60 and your ankles swell every night, if the mark from your socks remains on your leg for 10 minutes after you take off your shoes, if your ring is pinching your finger in a way it didn't in the morning, if you wake up in the middle of the night going to the bathroom 2, 3, 4 times, I need you to stop everything you're doing and give me the next 15 minutes of your attention. Because what you're about to discover will change the way you look at your refrigerator, your pantry, and especially the advice you've received for years from people you trusted. There are 5 specific foods that are silently pouring liters of water into your ankles while you believe you're eating well. 4 of them are sold as healthy. 3 of them may have been recommended by your nutritionist. One of them, I guarantee, is in your refrigerator right now. And worst of all, your own doctor probably eats all 5. Not because he wants to deceive you, but because the food industry has built a fortune of billions of dollars convincing people over 60 that these products were the smart choice, the heart-healthy choice, the slimmer choice, the kidney-healthy choice. And when you actually read the label, when you see the number hidden there in tiny print, you understand why your ankles feel heavy every night. In a few minutes, I'll give you the exact list, the shocking numbers inside each one, and most importantly, the exact substitute for each villain. Now let me explain something no one has told you about sodium after age 60. When you were 30 or 40, your kidneys were perfect machines. They filtered excess sodium from your body in a matter of hours. You'd eat a pizza, drink a glass of water, and the next morning you'd be practically normal. But there's a truth that few doctors explain to elderly patients. After age 60, human kidneys lose between 30% and 40% of their ability to filter sodium. They still function, they still do their job, but in slow motion. And here's the biological rule that changes everything. Every gram of excess sodium you consume causes your body to retain approximately 4 glasses of water. 4 glasses for every gram. And guess where that water ends up when you spend the whole day sitting, standing in the kitchen, or still doing any activity? It goes down. Gravity pulls all that water to the lowest points of your body. Your ankles, your calves, your toes. That's why in the morning you seem normal. You spent 8 hours lying down. Gravity wasn't pulling anything down, and your kidneys had the whole night to try and clear out the previous day's stockpile. But the moment you get up and start your day, the cycle begins again. And here's the cruel part. 75% of all the sodium you consume daily does not come from the salt shaker on your desk. You could throw the salt shaker away today and still be consuming twice the sodium you need because it's hidden in products you consider healthy. Products that say low fat on the label. Products that say heart healthy. Products that say whole grain, natural, lean. The industry knows exactly what it's doing. They remove the fat, they remove the sugar, and they put sodium in its place so the flavor wouldn't disappear. Margaret began noticing swelling at 66. First subtle, only in her feet. Then it spread to her ankles. Then her calves. Her doctor prescribed a blood pressure medication called amlodipine, one of the most prescribed in the world. The swelling worsened. She went back to the doctor. He increased the dose. The swelling worsened even more. Margaret started taking diuretics. She ran to the bathroom all day, became dehydrated, but the ankle remained. She rigorously followed a diet that a nutritionist had designed for her. Whole wheat bread for breakfast with cottage cheese. Low sodium canned soup for lunch accompanied by a salad with light ranch dressing. Canned tuna for an afternoon snack. All healthy, all within what the manuals taught. The healthier she ate, the more bloated she became. Until the day her daughter, who was starting to read labels because of an intolerance, picked up the package of Margaret's favorite whole wheat bread and asked her mother to read the sodium number. Margaret put on her glasses. She looked, and she remained silent. A single slice of that whole wheat bread, which she considered the healthiest on the market, had 230 milligrams of sodium. Margaret ate 4 slices a day. From bread alone, she was already consuming almost 1,000 milligrams. She picked up the low-sodium canned soup, 480 milligrams per serving, and the can had 2.5 servings. She picked up the cottage cheese, 380 milligrams per half cup. She picked up the light salad dressing, 320 milligrams per 2 tablespoons. She picked up the canned tuna, 250 milligrams. Margaret sat down at the kitchen table, picked up a calculator, and discovered that she was consuming between between 4,000 and 4,500 milligrams of sodium every day, eating only what seemed healthy. The recommended amount for her age was a maximum of 1,500 milligrams. She was at 3 times that amount, without ever having touched a salt shaker. Before I give you the full list, I want you to do 3 quick tests with me now. The first is the ring test. If you wear a wedding ring or any ring on your finger, pay attention tomorrow to the difference between how tight it is at 7 in the morning and how tight it is at 9 at night. If the difference is visible, you have systemic fluid retention, not just localized fluid in your feet. The second is the sodium mirror test. Pause this video now, go to your pantry, grab any 3 products you consider healthy, and read the sodium per serving. I bet you that at least 2 of them exceed 400 milligrams per serving. The third is the 9 o'clock test. Tonight, at 9 o'clock, before going to bed, press your thumb firmly on the bone in front of your shin, about 4 fingers above your ankle. Hold for 15 seconds and remove it. If a white indentation remains that takes more than 10 seconds to disappear, you have what doctors call pitting edema, and it is almost always dietary in people over 60 without other serious illnesses. If you have severe pain in one leg, redness, heat, or if you are short of breath, this is not a food-related issue. It is a medical emergency. Seek medical attention at a hospital today. I'll start with the one you least expect and end with the biggest traitor of all. Number 5 on our list is whole wheat bread. Yes, that dark bread with seeds that you replace white bread with thinking you're doing what's best for your health. Most industrially produced whole wheat breads in the United States contain between 200 and 240 milligrams of sodium per slice. 2 slices at breakfast and 2 at snack time already give you 1,000 milligrams. The exact substitute is sodium-free bread, found in artisanal bakeries, or whole wheat pita bread, which has an average of 80 milligrams per unit. Number 4 is cottage cheese. Sold for 50 years as the diet cheese, especially for women over 60. A single half-cup serving contains between 350 and 450 milligrams of sodium. It is literally cheese cured in brine. The substitute is fresh ricotta without added salt, which has less than 50 milligrams in the same serving. Number 3 is canned tuna, the classic quick, convenient lunch with a reputation for being healthy because it's fish and has omega-3s. A small can contains between 250 and 400 milligrams of sodium, depending on the brand. The substitute is grilled fresh tuna, or if it's canned, always choose no salt added or in water without added sodium. And here's the cruel blow from this villain. You're doing the right thing. You're eating salad. You're feeling virtuous. And yet your ankles swell. Why? Because 2 tablespoons of ranch, Italian, or Caesar dressing contain between 300 and 450 milligrams of sodium. Most people use 3 times that amount. You're literally dumping a tablespoon of sodium on top of a healthy dish. The substitute is extra virgin olive oil with balsamic vinegar, lemon juice, and fresh herbs. It costs less. It lasts longer. And it doesn't make you bloated. Now for the good part. What to eat instead and what actively drains your ankles. There's a rule I call the 3-second rule on the label. A medium banana has 422 milligrams of potassium, and potassium is the biological opposite of sodium. The second is the baked sweet potato with the skin on. A medium one has more than 500 milligrams of potassium. The third is the avocado, which has 700 milligrams in a single unit. If you add these 3 foods to your day and remove the 5 villains, in 7 days you will see your ankles return to their normal size. There is also a drink that is very helpful before bed, hibiscus tea. Studies show that it has a natural diuretic effect without dehydrating, and when drunk between 6 and 7 in the evening, it visibly reduces morning bloating. I want you to do a 7-day protocol with me. Day 1, remove whole wheat bread from your breakfast. Day 2, remove cottage cheese. Day 3, remove canned tuna. Day 4, remove canned soup. Day 5, remove ready-made salad dressing. From day 1 to day 7, add a banana, half an avocado, and a sweet potato throughout the day. Drink hibiscus tea at 6 in the afternoon. On day 3 you will notice that you are urinating more during the day and less at night. On day 5 the ring will be looser in the morning. On day 7, repeat the thumb on shin test. The dimple will be much smaller, or it will no longer appear. Comment below which of these 5 foods you ate today. I read every comment, and I want to know which one you fell into. And also tell me your age and what city or country country you're watching from, because I want to see how far this message is reaching, and the comments help YouTube understand that this information needs to be seen by more people. If you know someone who takes blood pressure medication and still has swollen ankles, send this video to that person now. It might be the explanation they've been waiting for 10 years. And if you want to understand why, even with all of this, your blood pressure medication might be worsening the swelling in your ankles, and what conversation you need to have with your doctor today, click on the video that's appearing on the screen right now. It's a direct continuation of what you just learned, and it might be even more important. See you there.